terror is rising in London, but are we over-vigilant? Eileen and Josh have the news.
Vegan lifestyle, is it healthy or not? Staying awake for 80 hours, our reporter took on the challenge so you don't have to.
It's karate time. We show you how to protect yourselves in the city.
And in around 20 minutes time, our correspondents take a trip to the heart of the fashion district to look at this season's finest trends. Good afternoon, you're watching The Voice of London. We're with you for the next 20 minutes or so, bringing you the latest and greatest in sports, fashion and well-being around London.
It's time for the news now, isn't it?
Oh, of course. Let's get the news now with Josh and Eileen.
So after months of negotiation, Prime Minister Theresa May struck a last-minute deal with the EU. There will be no hard border for European citizens living in the UK and UK citizens living in Europe. A terror plot to assassinate Theresa May in Downing Street has been foiled. On Tuesday, MI5 revealed that it had stopped 9 terror attacks in the UK in the past year, although some attacks still slipped through the net.
Now, as a country, do we live in constant fear? Does the panic created from the slightest bang or tweet cause terror without an actual act of terror? Later on, we will have a discussion on overvigilance in Great Britain and how terror has affected us as a community.
This is the scene of the first terror attack on British soil since the 7/7 bombings. 4 people died and more than 50 people were injured when Khalid Massoud drove a car along the pavement of Westminster Bridge and stabbed a policeman, Keith Palmer, to death. The attacker was shot dead by police in the grounds of Parliament. Mass panic erupted, sparked by a false terror alarm on Oxford Street on what is known as Black Friday, leaving one eyewitness.
I feel shell-shocked, actually. I feel very shell-shocked.
The false alarm was raised due to an altercation on a train platform. The Voice of London spoke to a Regent Street cinema employee who was working at the time.
When the police arrived, they told us that it was okay and we should lock the building for 10-15 minutes, which we ended up doing. The main thing I think we had to do really was keep people calm, because it was more people that created the panic, because no one really knew this. I don't think anyone really knows what to do. Most people just want to get to safety or out in like busy public places. So no, yeah, I don't know.
As a nation, are we now over-vigilant, and has terror won?
That's such an interesting insight there from all those videos. You can really see a picture that's painted by all of the scares that have happened that haven't actually turned out to be terror related. So Josh, I heard you were actually at the Oxford Circus scare a few weeks ago.
Yep.
What was it like when you got there?
It calmed down quite a little bit, when I actually got to the Oxford Street area. I mean, I was on Great Portland Street, so, I kind of ran down there to see what was happening. There were still 2 helicopters in the skies, a massive cordon from the edge of Great Portland Street around Regent Street and all the way around Bond Street as well. At the time, things were under control. I'd been told the police had been there in under a minute.
That's a quick response then.
Yeah, exactly. But people seemed very, very concerned. And it wasn't established until, half an hour, 45 minutes later, what had actually happened. So an actual fight had happened on the Central Line platform and at Oxford Circus Station.
So it was a whole lot of commotion for not much that actually happened.
So, people heard, a scuffle going on, and it turned into something that it wasn't. There was reports of gunshots being fired. That turned out not to be true. There was no evidence of gunshots, been found.
And Eileen, so is this because of the media? Or is this because of us, because we tweet about things that happen and then it snowballs from there?
Well, media does have a humongous effect on us as a society. This doesn't just mean the news we watch on TV, but also social media, the news that we create now with cameras and mobile phones and everything. You even get to see the live videos and pictures, and it does affect us as a community.
Right, well, thank you very much, Josh and Eileen. Now we're going to go back to Dipali. So Dipali, what's coming up next?
Next, we're taking a look at Cool 10 Arts. A South London community centre is offering a different approach from the mental health services provided by the NHS. Olivia and Kat report.
Cool 10 Arts is a mental health community arts charity that has been helping those with mental health conditions in London for over 25 years. We believe creativity enhances mental well-being.
Creativity, I can create something beautiful out of difficult experiences, and it's a kind of distraction from maybe more negative thoughts.
We are here, to create an environment where people can create, make art, but without being judged, without being, identified as having mental health issues and talking about those issues.
Essentially what I'm trying to do is get people to create artwork on the go, in their own time, anytime essentially, with either their phones or their tablets.
Self-advocacy is giving people the opportunity to learn and develop skills in terms of expressing themselves and to learn about their rights. So we have like hands-on sessions like cooking, so everybody has a part to play in contributing to those sessions.
A lot of times what's been happening over the years is that people haven't had access to this sort of non-clinical help, as in a non-clinical environment where you can feel better about yourself.
You just see people grow. It's a fantastic way for people to express themselves in so many different ways, and it's not just verbally, it's through art, it's through colour, it's through music, and it's really uplifting, and we've seen people just, as I say, grow from strength to strength.
It helps my intellect, my emotions, my sociability, which is another thing that goes quite easily. So coming to Cool 10 and other places I go keeps me connected, which is very important.
The Westminster University Karate Club has won 8 gold medals. To find out the benefits of the sports, Damien and Ollie went to see Sensei Gavin Mulholland.
Slay.
So we are in Daigaku Karate Kai Training Centre in Camden, one of the strongest karate clubs in the UK. First, we're going to speak to Shian Gavin Mulholland, who opened the club in the basement of the University of Westminster in the 80s.
All these years later, and he's now in the Combat Hall of Fame, making him a man you definitely don't want to mess with.
I started training when I was about 4 under my father, who was an unarmed combat instructor in the military through the 50s and 60s. So we always trained. I've got 4 brothers. We're from Belfast originally, so we moved schools a lot with the military. So always been training. I don't remember a time when I wasn't. We started in Bolsover Street, which was it was part of the university then, or the Polytechnic as it was known then, Polytechnic of Central London, and so we were above the Students' Union. So we started in a room above there with maybe 6 people. And then over time we ended up doing all the security for the Students' Union, the Students' Union balls and the bar and all that stuff. So yeah, it's come a long, long way. The reason for martial arts being important, more important now than it ever was, is apart from being able to fight, which is, personally I think it's irresponsible not to be able to fight and not be able to defend yourself. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you not? But anyway, but apart from that, we live in a world where all around the world, and what we've always had is rites of passage, rites of to go from a boy to a man. Every society has they have a ceremony or a way of becoming a man, and we don't anymore. We have lost all of that, and so the way kids do it now is they join a gang. That is the right to manhood, because young men will fight. Not just young men will fight, young mammals will fight. That's how we learn our place in the world. And so what the martial arts does is give them some people to look up to, some structures to live by that are good, not bad, even though violence is our vehicle through which we communicate that.
Now, later on, we're going to be showcasing some of the best karate moves you can learn, just to get a gist of what it's like to train with a dragon.
Gavin gave our reporters a very tough lesson in karate. Stay tuned to see them fight later on.
Karate is a great way to keep your body in shape, but what about the food that you put inside of your body? Dipali went to investigate whether going vegan can actually provide enough nutrition for a balanced diet.
Eating vegan food these days has become a social trend. In London, we're seeing more and more vegan options in restaurants and supermarkets. But we wanted to find out whether it's actually healthy. We spoke to some experts who had different opinions. Hiya, I'm here with Jessica Swan, the Senior Lecturer in the Master's course for Global Public Health and Nutrition. Hello, Jessica.
Good afternoon.
Is a healthy, full-on vegan diet as nutritional as a normal diet?
Well, I can say that a vegan diet can certainly be a healthy diet and can potentially meet all the nutrients for the human body, and there's no reason why anybody who's on a vegan diet should be nutritionally deficient. It does require a bit of thought and a bit of preparation, and there are various issues, various nutrients that people who are either thinking about going vegan or have been vegan for a little while need to think about.
I always prefer the meat eating, to be honest with you. Vegan is a good diet as well, but you won't get the results faster and better as the vegan. The reason why, because meat's always got high protein, which you need that protein when you're in your diet, in your fitness lifestyle as well. Vegan is good, but hasn't got high protein in it.
The main thing as well, you've got karma. I don't think this is a bit awkward to deal with. You've got karma in that if you want to do good for somebody, if I said, say I like dancing, but for some reason it meant other people were suffering, then you wouldn't do it. So this is the point. So when we're eating meat, we may like it, but it causes suffering to other living entities. And that's not good, because eventually that suffering will come back to you in one way or another.
Hello, I'm Stella and I'm going to be trying vegan meat for the first time and comparing it to normal meat. I don't know which one's which, but I guess that adds to the fun, so let's do this. Yeah, this definitely feels like real meat. Yeah, definitely. I'm getting all the flavour in that one. Yeah, I would say this one was the meat option, I hope. This one's a lot chewier. But again, like the one I tried the first time, it's got all the flavour in there and seasoning. It's definitely a lot chewier though. Putting my jaws to work.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Veganism might not be perfect for you, I know it isn't for me, but what about healthy cooking?
Well, we asked a professional chef to make 2 dishes, but with the same ingredients. So, different methods, but we just asked to see what people prefer.
We had a professional chef cook us one of the most famous Italian dishes, the Parmesan aubergines. We asked him to make a classic fried version and a healthy baked alternative. The ingredients were exactly the same.
Quindi più olio c'è e meno fa male. Vabbè, di quello che si sta friggendo, esatto, mai esagerare, è giusto, perché sennò la temperatura dell'olio scende e non va bene. Quindi deve essere sempre costante la temperatura. Pochi prodotti che cuociono subito e non scende la temperatura dell'olio. Gli alimenti non vanno mai salati nell'olio, mai. Perché il sale che fa tende ad ammorbidire il fritto. La cottura dell'olio fa in modo che il calore fa evaporare l'acqua dell'alimento e perciò diventa croccante. Nel momento in cui tu ci butti il sale si riammolla. Bravo.
We then had random people walking by to taste it. Which one will they choose? Will they be able to guess which one's healthier?
This one's better.
It depends on my mood. This has more filling into it. This one's more savory. I like butter.
This is fried. This is not fried. That one. There's too much salt.
Winter has definitely arrived here in London. When I walked outside this morning to Parley, I literally could see my breath in front of me. Like, that's the first time it's happened this year.
Really?
But do you like to wrap up warm, or do you like to look a bit better and just wear less clothes?
No, I'd rather wrap up warm, but actually you can do both, can't you?
Yeah, I think you can. So let's see what Jenny and Stephanie have to say about that.
And where?
When the fashionistas all over the world are setting layers for winter styling, messing with their silhouettes, was a fashion for path for way too long. But now, with the rise of winter brands like Canada Goose and Mr. and Mrs. Italy, fur coats and puffy jackets have been sweeping the runways as well as the
What would you say is your favorite winter wear? Yeah.
I'd definitely say scarves.
I love these puffy jackets. I love fur, real fur.
Definitely a coat. I love coats so much, yeah.
Like in the winter, like keeping yourself warm, do you think you can look still stylish?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say like winter, it's trying to keep like cozier.
Warmth over fashion, yes, 1000%.
They come in line.
Well, I try to. Absolutely, I try to. I tend to wear less underneath and something really thick, and boots and something thick and strong and solid on my feet.
I mean, you have to be careful because your body shape suddenly changes and you don't want to look like a giant blurb of wool.
Do you feel pressured to wear less clothes on a night out to look good?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I do prefer to be a little bit colder and looking better than.
I don't care. If I don't. It depends on where I'm going.
So you kind of have to adjust and keep the balance, you know.
I'm not very confident with my body.
Damn. Yeah. Damn.
So puffy can be sexy, can't it?
Okay, fair enough. Right, we've got Stephanie here in the studio to talk more about winter fashion. I noticed that real fur was mentioned by the lady in that video and she said that she wore it. So explain to me whether we can actually use real fur now or is that still taboo?
So among some people it's still quite a taboo subject, wearing real fur versus faux fur. And I think the main thing to think about is if it's ethical. And as of last year, Giorgio Armani took fur off the runways.
I know Canada Goose, I think they might be doing that now with their hooded parkas. They're taking the fur off of them and putting actual fake fur on there.
Yeah, and Gucci as well this year have removed their fur from their famous loafers. So I think higher brands are taking on that, you know, fur isn't necessarily a luxury good, but you can still pay high price for faux fur items. But with faux fur items, you can, buy colours, different colours, and there are faux wool as well. So it's, it's quite diverse in the garments that you can actually purchase.
Great. Faux wool, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So earlier on in the agreement, you told me you wouldn't mind wearing real fur. You told me in the agreement earlier on, so what would you say about that?
I don't mind wearing real fur. And that is shocking for some people, but in terms of ethically sourced fur, if that is such a thing, buying vintage fur, you can use vintage fur because it's already been made. It's not in production now, so it's using fur that's already been produced in the past, and it's nice to update your wardrobe.
I suppose it'd be a waste not to, wouldn't it? It's already, the animal's already dead, so.
And for me, half of the people saying they wouldn't wear real fur are meat eaters anyway, so. I personally don't quite understand.
Yeah, you can't really, what's the difference? If you're a meat eater and if you wear fur, you wear leather shoes.
Leather shoes, leather watches, leather belts, purses.
No, exactly. Right, yeah, that's completely true, isn't it? I feel if I'm going to wear leather shoes, I'm going to wear fur. I'm not really that fussed about it.
Yeah, so that's true. And fur, you have shearling jackets as well. So, wool, fur.
Right. Right, so next, Yujia and Hanan went to a charity concert that took place at St. Luke's St. Luke's Church.
Surprisingly, it was an aid of Battersea cats and dogs for Christmas.
Let's take a look.
What do you want for Christmas? Maybe cat or dog? Some people are keen on that. And some people has already started to prepare with their pets and planned to spend their warm day together. But it's also sad to know someone's having a hard time losing. London-based charity Battersea Dogs and Cats Home brings memorable festival cheer to all those people and their lovely friends.
Our Carols concert we do every year to start Christmas off, and it's to raise awareness of Battersea Dogs and Cats Home and the dogs and cats that we have that are looking for homes, especially at Christmas time, but also to raise funds for Battersea Dogs and Cats Home. We are not government funded, so everything that we do, everything that we have by public donations, so it's really important for us to raise awareness of the work that we're doing. You can get a bauble and make a donation to Battersea, and then write on that bauble the name of a pet that you've lost maybe recently or a long time ago that stuck with you. And then you can take one tag home and hang it on your tree, and we'll put the bauble on our tree up at Battersea, so it will hang there for the rest of Christmas for people to see. Last year we helped over 7,000 dogs and cats to find new homes. This year we've rehomed just shy of 2,000 dogs, so we're really pleased with that. And we continue our work through Christmas. It was completely full this evening. I think we just about squeezed as many people in as we could. So it's just lovely that people from the local community, but also people from all over London who know Battersea have come here to see us this evening.
Christmas is coming, and that means saying goodbye to your savings.
How much do we as Londoners spend over the festive season though?
Oh God, it's me. For students, getting enough sleep while balancing work and play isn't easy, and trust me, Tapali, I know. Believe me, I know.
Same. Of course, missing a few hours of sleep every once in a while is fine, but what happens when you skip 80 hours of sleeping? Chingiz Tudaliev took on the challenge.
The time is 12 a.m. The experiment has begun. "24 hours have passed much quicker than I thought. Overall, I didn't feel any substantial difference between my current state and my normal condition. Everything in my body seemed to be operating on relatively normal level. There was only one small thing that felt unusual, like light dizziness in the head, as I would have maybe half or even a whole pint of beer. But in general, I already feel myself exhausted, making a big effort to proceed further. On the second day without sleep, the feeling is like my head would crack like an egg. What am I doing? Where am I? Why am I doing it? I could hardly understand anything what was going inside my head, nor I could understand what was going on.
Sorry about that technical mistake. So earlier on we spoke to Damien and Ollie who were taking a chop at some karate moves.
That was a shame, I was really into that video, but let's see how Damien and Ollie got on when they were down at karate.
So let's just take a grab. So we look at cross grab. So someone grabs you. This is more likely to be a female attack than a male, but it can happen with your mate. So I just want to put him down here. Here, fast. I can finish him or not, depending how violent it is. So what I need is just as soon as this grabs, I'm going to trap that arm, trap it, put it down flat. So can you stand up on that?
Nope, not a chance.
Okay, so nothing too bad has happened. I want to put it down quick, and then if it's important, we will finish him across there, if it's important. If not, we can just explain to him the error of his ways. This is a tactical mistake because he's tied up both weapons. Okay, hold tight. So all I'm going to do is just turn here, and just hit him in the throat. For training we hit low, but this is, just turn, points through, okay, so, tight. So, can't make it, so it's very simple. I just want to, this is just to get his attention off his hand, okay, so he grabs, hey. And again, explain to him what he's done, or leave, or escalate to a break, depending if you're doing multiples or whatever. I'm not going to hit it hard, but I'm going to hit you quick. Okay, so throw that punch. So what we've done is I've hit you, what, 3 or 4 times? It's intimidating and you don't feel good, and that's primal. And that's because our eyes are the front head means we're predators. So if I am trying to intimidate him, I will be here. But if I'm not, if I'm trying to de-escalate, I'll stand slightly off to your right-hand side. That means you've got a bit of a clear sight. It doesn't feel so threatening, does it? Because I don't want him to know I can do anything. I want to go from nothing, kind of here, to something.
I could never do that. They basically risked their lives for Voice of London. But we can confirm that the presenters were not harmed in the making of the video.
I'm not too sure about that, Dipali. It looks like Ollie got beaten up pretty badly, but thank you for watching The Voice of London, and we'll see you next year.